Ooh, I want one of these.
No.
Can I have one of these?
No.
Can I have one of these?
No.
Am I allowed to have some of these?
No.
Can I have some of these?
No.
Allowed to have some of these?
I think your maximum is 1.
But I can?
No.
Dang. Hi, I'm Kevin.
And I'm Katie.
And we are at one of our favorite places, looking at some of our favorite things. We're going to do a little vlogging today, and I think we're going to end up in the Goin Batty kitchen. So, as always, check this out. So one of the things that we started today that we ran into a bump with was canning. Heather was looking for a part, show them the part we had to get. That was missing, and so we had to come and buy it. Now, Kate, you said you're learning how to can, and there's some things that you'd like to learn how to can. What is it?
I want to learn how to can and make A1 because, like, we're having a dish tonight that's Philly cheesesteak sloppy joes, and it calls for like 2 bottles of A1, and A1 is one of his favorite sauces, so we've got to like figure out how to
It'd be cool
have
to make
a steady
it from
supply of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also want to learn how to can salsa and like tomato sauce and all of that, because it's easy to just like open up a can of homemade pasta sauce and dump it in a thing and have spaghetti.
Oh, it's so good. And homemade salsa is amazing too.
Yes.
Homemade salsa is really good, and we eat a lot of salsa too.
Yeah, we do.
So anyway, Heather's at home canning some broth, some turkey broth from turkeys from Christmas or Thanksgiving.
Something around that time.
And so we got to get this part back to her. We better go.
Yeah.
So this little thing,
This guy?
it's a regulator for a pressure canner, held up the entire works.
Gummed up the works.
Gummed up the entire works.
Gummed.
It's a $11 part that goes to the canner. They ended up carrying them at Rule King, but we had to go get one because we lost ours.
I did some canning was it 2 days ago, and I had my canner setting out because I knew I was going to do some more. And this little guy here disappeared somewhere. I don't know where it went to. We tore the kitchen apart. We couldn't find it, so we had to get a new one because I have turkey broth that I got to can because I've got like almost my entire water bath, like pot full of turkey broth that I got to can. So.
Yeah, it's amazing how one little piece can muck up the entire works. Hey,
down.
real quick, we're out of order here. It's plaid, solid. I think it needs to be plaid, solid, plaid. Yes, there we go.
I'll be honest with you, there's nothing more sweet than smelling hamburger cook, is there?
Nope.
Oh, I love the smell
Unless
of that.
it's hamburgers, onions, and garlic.
Hamburgers, onions, and garlic smells pretty good too.
It does.
All right, there's our log of meat that we're going to turn into.
Philly cheesesteak sloppy joes.
What are they?
Philly cheesesteak sloppy joes.
All right.
So, like many houses, the kitchen is like the life of our home. It's where all of our life happens.
32.
There's teaching going on. There's cleaning going on. There's hanging out, being lazy going on.
So, for almost a whole year, I've been working on a project of a sonic screwdriver. It's from Doctor Who. If any of you guys know what Doctor Who is, you guys know what quality television and entertainment is. So, right here on the table, the Doctor's sonic screwdriver. All I need to do is spray paint it, and I need to do a little bit of sanding throughout here. But I put a screw through here so it could go up and down. And this LED right here is a blue LED, and I'm going to put it in the top so that it can light up. The trigger button is going to be right around here or like right here. I haven't figured it out yet, but yeah.
So there's always some sort of creative project that the kids got going on, and we want to encourage them and using their skills to build things. And so Max's sonic screwdriver is homemade. It's made from scratch from the materials he found around our house. So we want to encourage him to continue to do that kind of thing. And there's some other projects he's working on that he'll show you as soon as they get closer to looking like something. So they're in their beginning stages. But we believe in homeschooling, and we believe that every opportunity is an opportunity to learn. Every project is an opportunity to learn. And so there's one of the projects he is finishing.
So we got Legos going on here by the fire. Everybody's keeping warm. And you've got Heather babysitting the pressure canner.
Yep.
So apparently when this thing goes up or down, she has to adjust the heat up or down.
It's gotta go, I believe, I'm looking it up right now, but it's, I think 11 pounds of pressure. Mine's a gauge pressure
Nice.
canner, so,
And Miss Katie,
I'm making the good stuff.
oh man, look at that. That's the guts for the Philly cheesesteak sloppy joes.
Yeah, it is.
So we have a unitasker on the counter, which is something my wife has always said she never wanted, but we got it for Christmas, so we got to try it out. It's the Toastmaster air fryer. We're going to totally try out this thing. I'm going to preheat it. We're going to fry some of those and see if the air fryer lives up to all of the hype. Preheating. It's getting hotter. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Sometimes Heather just sits here and stares at the...
I'm babysitting the canner.
Oh, I thought you were just staring randomly into this.
It can't go down below 11 pounds of pressure, and it's right, just a little past 11,
Wait.
but that's okay.
You said it can't go, the lighting is terrible, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It can't go past 11 pounds of pressure.
No, it can't go under 11
Under 11 pounds of pressure.
So
you
it's,
gotta
just, it's a
babysit it.
little bit over, but that's okay. It just can't go under, or I have to start the whole process over again.
Don't do that.
Nope. So I've got 11 minutes. I gotta sit here.
Okay. All right, here's the fries going in. Let's see what they look like coming out. This thing has been preheated to 400 degrees, and we're gonna set this for 12 minutes. We'll see what happens. Okay, so we're gonna cover just a few of the cooking features. It will cook cartoon fish. It will cook cartoon chicken. It will cook steak. If you want lobster, it'll do lobster. You're gonna cook lobster, and that's gonna be a very small lobster. Maybe that's a crawdad. Is that a crawdad? That could be a crawdad.
could be a
You can cook muffins in this thing. Muffins? Really? Anyway, you can also de-thaw or cook French fries.
You can cook snowflakes too.
Snowflakes, see?
You guys want to cook snowflakes?
See, when that light goes out, we're gonna shake it, and then we're gonna cook it for another 10 minutes.
Shake it.
And we're waiting, we're waiting, we're waiting, we're waiting, we're waiting, we're waiting. Yeah, we're still waiting. Here we go, we're pulling it out, and we're gonna shake it, and then we're gonna put it back in. All right, oh man, those look good. Shake them up. You can't eat them yet. You gotta shake them up.
Can we at least try it?
And we're gonna put them back in because we gotta cook them for 10 more minutes. See that? Oh man, they look good too, man. All right, back in for 10 more minutes.
Watch out, guys! I'm coming through.
Do this, and then they say go to 10 and then come back to it.
All right,
Professor.
you gotta move it. Sorry. Take that and reheat it.
We're gonna reheat that.
Yep.
We're getting dinner ready. We're canning. This is a busy kitchen today, and plus the dog is scavenging for food. Right, Gina? Hi, Gina. Oh, she's so happy someone said her name.
So we have to now wait for the gauge to go all the way down to 0.
Why did you move it over to the table?
Well, because it's going to cool down quicker if it's not sitting on the hot burner. I didn't have any place to move it on my stove, and I needed to reheat the chicken stock. So I moved it over here, and then once it goes all the way down, then we can take that off and let it vent. We're gonna let it go for like 10 minutes before we open it up.
I have one question for you.
Yeah.
What is the pink nightmare behind you?
Strike me down. I can feel the hatred rising within you.
One of the drawbacks to canning is all of the washing and, hands on hot water and stuff, my skin gets really dry out, and my skin is actually kind of hurts right now in my hands. So I have this stuff, and I got it's Banthia Botanicals. I met this lady at a street fair that we went to. So if I could find, she doesn't have a website, so the only place I can find her is at the street fair. But this is, I think it's pronounced Mercure oil, and it's a lotion stick. But this stuff is so awesome. It helps with my dry skin. It actually helps with really bad, dry, chapped lips too. But I just kind of rub it on, and like I said, it's just in a stick. And then rub it all over my hands. It's kind of thick, and it coats my hands real well. But yeah, that stuff's pretty awesome. If I ever find that lady again, I'm going to get more of it.
All right, so it dinged again, and we're ready to pull them out. Let's take a look at what they look like. Oh, man, that's what they look like? Oh, that looks excellent. We're going to let them cool down, then we're going to taste some. All right, so I'm here with the Pink Nightmare, and we are going to try these awesome fries. So, let's have a taste. Oh, crunchy. What? Those are delicious.
Where's mine?
You don't get any. You're wearing too much pink. All right, so the fry thing was thumbs up. We're going to cook a bunch more now.
Do that wafty thing. What do you think, son?
Really good.
All right, this is round 2 for these.
Amazing.
All right.
All right, so our gauge has gone down to 0. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this guy off. Make sure you pull it kind of away. And this is we're gonna let the steam come out for about 10 minutes. You don't wanna just take the lid off right now.
Well, that'd be dangerous.
You can hear it. You may not be able to see it, but you can hear the steam.
You can see it in real life, but you can't see it on the canner.
So when we make fries, we usually do them in the oven. And I have a big sheet pan. And when I do it, I put oil on the sheet pan, and then we coat our fries, and then we put them on the sheet pan. And when we do it that way, we have 25 minutes in the oven at 400 degrees, and then we'll flip them, and then there's 25 more minutes. Well, with this, it may only be 12 minutes and 12 minutes at a time, but it kind of evens itself out because we have to do more of them, and like more sets of them in here than say if we just did one in the oven. Now this works great, I think, for if you have 2, maybe 3, maybe even 4 people in your family, but we have 6. And it's not a bad product, it really isn't. Like, it makes it really well. It just, for us, it's not a time saver. But we also don't use nearly as much oil when we use this to make our, what we would call our oven fries. I think this will be a good product because, you know, my kids, if they want to, they can, you know, cut themselves up a potato, throw the potatoes in here, and have their own fries. I mean, they can use it for other things. If we had like chicken fingers or something like that, they could do that. So I think for just like a 1-person deal, this would be fine. I mean,
for a unitasker, and you're not big on unitaskers.
I'm not.
For a unitasker, though, is it a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
It's a thumbs up. I think so, because actually it's not necessarily a unitasker because it does more than one thing. Like, I think of unitaskers, I think an air pop popcorn popper. Like, it only does one thing.
It only pops popcorn.
Yeah, this will cook numerous things. This is almost kind of like having a toaster oven.
Only it doesn't make toast.
Only it doesn't make toast, but a toaster oven can do more than one thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
So thumbs up on that then.
Yeah.
Cool.
We're gonna open this, and always open it
Carefully.
like the lid towards you, the steam away from you, so that way.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Ooh. Are they all popping?
They're already starting to. Okay, so
What does that mean? What's happening?
yeah, that means they're still.
It's like music.
Sounds like African drums.
It'll stop doing it. Oh. I think it's making that noise because they're still hot and they're kind of bubbling still. All right. So yeah, you can see that it's still like, it's actually still cooking in there. So that's why it's And I'm gonna dump this out because it does like leak out a little bit. So it's got some like turkey broth in the water.
So it's cooking inside. You can see them cooking.
Yeah.
Those are very hot. You do not want to touch
No
them.
touch.
Just let them settle.
Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try to get the last of our turkey broth in these last 7 jars. So that way we'll have about 14 jars of turkey broth that I can use for whatever.
It's pretty interchangeable, isn't it, with chicken broth?
Yeah, I mean, it'll have a little more of that kind of turkey flavor, but I mean, I can use this one because when Kroger's had turkeys on sale, we bought 2 and then we were given 2 more. So I have 3 turkeys out in the freezer because I used one for Christmas. So I need about an inch headspace here. Well, that last one popped. So an inch headspace is about to this right here. So, but you can also use, let me see, sorry, this little guy. So, which is right here. So yeah, I'm good.
Cool.
Yep. So we're gonna put our lid on, the ring. And then this guy is gonna go over in my pressure canner, and I want to make sure like my liquid was hot here and it's warm over there.
Yeah.
So that way you don't want to put cold jar or a hot jar in cold water because you'll crack your jars.
Sure.
Watch out, boys.
Watch out, guys.
Watch out. And this water has my vinegar in it too. So in my pressure canner I need 3 quarts of water, and I had to think. And so I'm gonna put the rest of my quart jars in here, and we're gonna finish up our turkey broth.
Well, that's a little bit of our vlogging day. We're tired. It's been a full day, a bunch of stuff that maybe you didn't see on our vlog that we did do. But thanks for joining us, and we had a good time.
Yep.
We learned something about air fryers. We learned something about canning, and who knows what else we learned.
We're always learning things.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and send an email if you have a question or a statement or a general concern. That's all I got. Hey, guys, thanks for joining us. As always.
More updates as we go. Weirdo.
I'm really tired, too. Does that matter?
Whatever.
Maybe. She left me.